We are officially back in the desert. We're in southern Idaho near Craters of the Moon National Monument, and the BLM site that we're on is really close to National Monument land. It's only about 2 miles that way. The actual entrance to the National Monument is quite a bit of ways further, but it's kind of neat that we're actually that close to the border of the National Monument. And it's kind of weird now that we are out of the forests, because all spring, all summer, we were staying in national forests primarily, covered in trees. It's just lush, beautiful, green, and there's water everywhere. But now it's just such a stark contrast. Everything's brown, everything's dry. There are no trees. I mean, here and there's some trees right by the creek, but that's about it. And from here on out, as we continue traveling south toward Arizona, it's only going to get more and more arid. And since we're going to be staying in Idaho, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, possibly New Mexico, it's basically all going to be BLM boondocking from here on out, as opposed to staying in the national forests. And the BLM land we're staying on right now is called Silver Creek BLM land. It's really nice. It was really easy to get into, and the sites are cleared already, and they're really large. And a first for us on BLM land is that there's even like a picnic area real close to where we are that they've got covered picnic areas to shade from the sun, and there's even fire grates and food prep areas and a pit toilet. And we haven't seen that on BLM land before.
So unfortunately, Craters of the Moon National Monument does not allow pets. I don't know why I didn't research this before we came here. The only thing I can think of is, we've been in national forests for the past month and a half, so it just didn't cross my mind to double check, but it makes sense. But we're already here, so we're gonna go explore. So we do have to unfortunately leave everyone behind, including little Alice. And we get a lot of questions in our comments when we do leave our pets behind, and I'm sure we'll get that question, so I'm just gonna answer it right now. How do we keep our pets cool when we leave the RV? Well, first of all, it's only like 72 outside today, so it's a very, very pleasant day. And the main thing is that an RV does not get hot like a car does. Cars don't have insulation, our RV does have insulation. Now, our RV doesn't have as much insulation as, let's say, a house does, but it has enough that it keeps it nice and cool. It's currently colder inside the RV than it is outside, and we haven't even turned the fan on yet. So what we're going to do today, with it being 72 outside, we're going to open some windows that help air circulate, and we're going to turn the max fan on, and that'll pull a good amount of air through the RV and keep it nice and cool in there. Now, some of you may be like, how do you know? How do you know it's going to keep them cool? Well, it's because we live in our RV every single day. This is how we cool it even when we're home. So cooling it the same way when we're not home gives the same result. So we're gonna leave our 2 adventure animals behind, Alice and Sweetie. Sweetie's gonna guard the fort, and Sweetie is so good with Alice that I have no fears at all. Everyone has food, everyone has water, and they should all be just fine to hang out for just a couple hours while we go explore. We are checking out the Spatter Cones trail. It's a very short, pretty easy trail. We're gonna do Snow Cone Trail, not the kind you eat. North Crater Trail, and we were gonna do North Crater Flow Trail, which is another short trail showing some more lava formations, but unfortunately the trail is closed. They are redoing it to make it wheelchair accessible. So we're doing these 3 today, and if we have time before the park closes at 6, we're going to check out that right there. Inferno Crater, I think is what it's called. Anyway,
I have no idea.
It's a cool viewpoint, so we'll see if we have time today. And yeah, let's go see some awesome lava formations. Spatter Cone Trail, very short, very easy. I think it's like 200 feet total in length. And it takes you literally to the Spatter Cone. We are in the Spatter Cone right now. It's very cool. And some of you may be wondering, what is a Spatter Cone? It is the dying end of an eruption. And all it means is all the magma and lava around it is cooling, but it's still spewing out lava, and that lava collects in a cone formation around the dying eruption, and it ends in a cone like this with all of these bubbly looking rocks around. It's really interesting. I think it's awesome you can see down in there. It's very cool.
Walking through Craters of the Moon National Monument is like stepping onto another planet. Past volcanic activity rose 25 cinder cones high above the ground and covered over 600 square miles in pitch black lava. It's certainly an odd landscape to walk across, as literally every step is on lava rocks or preserved flows. And though this massive volcanic field currently lies dormant, it is likely to erupt in the near future and remold the landscape.
So the North Crater Trail is awesome. It's only 1.8 in and 1.8 back, so it's, not quite 4 miles. It was pretty easy, maybe considered moderate, but we're hiking back on the road instead of on the trail because the wind is just insane on the trail. It's crazy. It was knocking us over in some points. My hair was in my face the whole hike. Yeah, it was bad.
We're not gonna get that much time out of the wind though, because the next thing we're doing is Inferno Cone Lookout. So we're hiking to the top of this big mountain. Thank you, Jenny. I can see the reflection in the lens.
Oh.
Love my wife. But yeah, so once we get to the top, well actually it's a bare cinder cone, or I believe cinder cone, right?
Yeah,
it's a bare cinder cone. There's no cover from the wind, so hiking back up we're gonna get blasted by the wind, and the entire time we're up there we're gonna get blasted, but right now when we're sheltered from the wind it's nice, so enjoy it while it lasts.
I am going to enjoy it to the fullest, seriously.
Finally made it to the Inferno Cone behind me. It is 164 feet of elevation gain and only 0.2 miles, so it's really short, but it's nice and steep. Jenny's already got a huge lead on me, so I gotta go catch up. As expected, the wind up on top of the Inferno Cone is absolutely insane. It's like a hurricane up here. It's actually pushing me backwards. But yeah, it was a steep hike up here, but totally worth it. The view is incredibly beautiful. You can see so far up here. So despite the extra hike and the incredibly strong winds up here, it's still really cool.
We're heading back home now. This is probably one of our shortest exploration days just because Alice is back home and we don't really want to leave her home alone for too long. I think we've been gone about 3 hours now, so time to go home. We made it back to the RV. The wind here is much less than at Craters of the Moon National Monument. And Alice and Sweetie and Butters and the rabbits are all doing fantastic. They unfortunately didn't get to go with us, so they're not as tired as we are, and they slept all day. But they're doing very good. David has said that he is going to go ahead and make us some tacos, some beef tacos, so that is super exciting, and I'm really hungry. That sounds amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a night and eat some delicious tacos and relax with our animals. We'll catch you guys later. Bye!
You don't get any tacos.
No, you don't get any tacos. Sorry.